Peace. Ali, coming back at you with another video. And in this video, I want to give you a forecast for the year 2021 using numerology and Chinese astrology. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Ali. This channel is all about God realization and self-mastery. And with that, today I want to give you a forecast on what's to come in 2021. Obviously, if you're watching this in 2021, you already kind of probably know what the energy's like. But I just want to give you the forecast strictly using numerology, strictly using Chinese astrology, and also give you some advice on some things that you can do or focus on. So firstly, 2021 is a universal 5-year in numerology, and in Chinese astrology, after February 21st, which is the Chinese New Year, we enter the year of the ox. The Chinese astrology has 12 zodiac signs, and every year the animal changes. With 2021, after the Chinese New Year of February 21st, we'll be in a year of the ox. So 2021 is a universal 5-year and also the year of the ox when you look at it from Chinese astrology. So let's break down 2021 as far as from a numerology, then we get into the Chinese astrology. 2021 has 4 numbers, 2, 0, 2, and 1. When you add that up, it comes to a 5, which gives you the universal year of 5. So look at the 2, the 0, and the 1 as ingredients, and look at 5 as the main dish. So the universal year 5 deals with changes, deals with freedom, it deals with travel, it deals with the mind, it deals with communication because 5 is ruled by Mercury. Also deals with stubbornness, boredom, wanting to break out of your box. 4 is kind of like a box. The next number is 5. 5 is like breaking out of that box or breaking out of that system. So 5 doesn't like to follow everything to a T. You don't want to give a 5 a list of things to do and say you got to do it in this order, because the 5 would take that list and kind of mumble jumble it, switch it, scramble it, and do its own thing, because the 5 energy can be somewhat chaotic and it can be confusing as well. When you look at the number 5, 5 sits straight dab in the middle of the county system. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you have 4 numbers before and after. 5 sits right in the middle. And when you look at the 5, it's opened on both sides, showing that it has the ability to go left and go right, which when you have choices like that can cause some confusion. So overall, 5 is a number that deals with freedom, exploration, adventure, breaking out of the box, breaking out the mode, etc., etc. When you look at the ingredients that make up the 2021, the 2 deals with a feminine energy. 2 is ruled by the moon. So it has some sort of emotions to it, has some intuition to it. It also likes to deal with partnerships because 1 is by yourself, 2 makes a couple. So 2 likes to have some companionship around it. Also dealt with emotions, intuition, if I didn't already say that. It's also very sensitive as well. When you look at the 0 in the 2021, 0 represents the void. It represents possibilities because anything can come out of 0. Also represents chaos because chaos is unknown, it's spiritual. When you have form is 1, 2, 3, you can count that. But 0, you can't count it. Anything can come out of 0. That's why it's represented by the void and spirituality. When you look at the number 1 in 2021, 1 is ruled by the sun, so it has a very masculine energy to it. Also, 1 has the ability to be by itself dolo. It's a leadership number, very ambitious. It's all about getting stuff done, and it's a very creative number dealing with the number 1. So when you put all that together, 2, 0, 2, 1, that makes, and then it comes to a 5, this is very conflicting energy. This is order and chaos. This is structure and breaking out of that structure for change. This is miscommunications. This is thinking one way, but doing something totally different. This is breaking the rules. You know, you can see I'm going on and on playing with a lot of different polarity and conflicts. So obviously with 2021, you can expect people breaking the rules a lot more. You can also expect people imposing rules on you a lot more, which is already kind of happening. You can expect people to kind of break away from tradition. And you can see, and you're going to see people that's going to stick with tradition. Like, this is the way things used to be. This is the way I want them to be. But then you will see another group of people saying, no, F that. I ain't dealing with that. You know, all the ways of the past burnt us. So let's go about doing it this way. You can expect to see a lot more of that in 2021. You got a glimpse of it in 2020. Expect to see a whole lot more of it in 2021. So when we look at the Chinese astrological sign for 2021, which is the ox, once again, is a very stubborn animal. Remember what I told you about the number 5. The ox is very laborious. It likes to work. When you look at an ox in the field, it's getting it in. You know what I'm saying? They're also very strong, very ambitious. Also, the ox deals with tradition, is family oriented. Also, and lastly, what I say about the ox, it's an outdoorsy type of energy. So it doesn't like to be cooped up at the crib all the time. So when you put the Chinese astrological sign of the ox, the universal year of 5 in numerology, you're going to see once again some conflicting energies. Stay in the crib. No, I want to get out. I want to travel. No, you need to stay in the crib. Hey, I want to break tradition. No, I want to do things the way it used to be. You're going to see a bunch of that because the energies are conducive for that. So I want to give you some advice on how to navigate 2021. Because what other people do, you're not going to be able to change that. You don't have the ability to tell other people what they need to do. But when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can be like, okay, what can I do to take advantage of this energy? That's what I want to give you next. So the first piece of advice I give you is be very clear with your communication. Be very clear with your communication. Do your best not to speak out of emotion. Think clearly before you speak. Also, expect other people to do the same thing. So expect other people to speak emotionally. Do not take it to personal or take it to heart. Allow people to make mistakes with their mouth because they may say one thing one day and the next thing flip the whole script. Sort of like a Gemini type energy. So allow people to speak their opinion, but just take it with a grain of salt. But for what you can control, filter your thoughts very clearly when it comes to your speaking. Also, be very judicious with who you let around you. And this especially mental and emotional connections. So these are family, friends, co-workers, enemies, whoever have you. Be very judicious on who you let around you in your auric field. Because people are going to be so emotional. They're going to be so challenged mentally. You just want to be very judicious of who you allow into your energy, who you share your emotional energy with. So if you're the type of person who vents a lot to other people, expect people to call you on it, for real. Like if you have that friend that you're always speaking about your boyfriend to and stuff like that, they may use that information against you. So what I would do if I were you, I would just start journaling a lot more. Start to speak to your journal more than you speak to other people, especially when it deals with things you're emotionally going through. So that's another piece of advice for you dealing with the year 2021. Okay, lastly, I challenge you to venture out of your comfort zone. Because the number 5 is all about freedom and risk taking and breaking traditions. Start to do things that you have been mentally thinking about, but you haven't started doing, especially things that you have an emotional connection to. So say that you emotionally been wanting to travel for the past 10 years, but you've yet to do it. Depending on what the state is, if you can travel, how you need to travel, but you may want to consider that. If you've been thinking about joining a community or a group or joining a club or something like that, this is prime time to do that. break out of your box, break out of your comfort zone, break out of your routines, and try something that's going to challenge you mentally and emotionally. So that's the last piece of advice I give you dealing with the year 2021. So I'm willing that this information help you. Once again, everybody is going to deal with the 2021 energy differently. If you feel like you need someone to speak with, want some guidance from myself, you can sign up for a consultation on my website. Just go to sallyMyers.com, click on one-on-one, and you can set up your consultation today. So until next time, this has been Ali. Peace.